Giants' first-round pick from last year, DeAndre Baker, and Seahawks corner Quinton Dunbar, well, they were both accused of armed robbery in Florida, and a warrant has been issued for their arrest. Now, according to the warrant, Baker and Dunbar robbed guests of money and jewelry at a cookout on Wednesday. Shannon, your reaction to the story.
Skip, this is just baffling to me, is that all your life, you work, just get to kind of leave these environments. If you listen to a lot of guys' stories, especially the African-American guys that make professional sports, Skip, they do everything they possibly could to leave that environment, to leave that type of situation, make good, get mom, get dad, get others out of that situation so they don't have to go back there. I'm confused. Now, Skip, it's reported that, they had lost, they were gambling earlier, they lost money, and they returned a day or two later to recoup their losses. So I'm confused. If you don't want to lose money, Skip, don't gamble. Skip, you're a first-round pick. You got a contract worth over $10 million, and now all of a sudden you want to turn into a jack boy? You going to try to hit a lick on somebody? What are you thinking? Skip, it's a simple Skip, and they show up with no mask. Skip, there's a simple philosophy, Skip, when you're doing shady stuff like this. No face, no case. No name, no blame. Skip, everybody there knew who they were. Skip, how can I go back to Glenville and talk about sticking up somebody, Skip? Everybody know who the hell I am. I ain't got no face. Skip, hold up, Skip, I was reading a story where some NBA player, Skip, tried to do a hold-up. He was 7 foot tall in Detroit. And they said, hey, such and such, is that you? He like, nah, that ain't me. And it was him. Skip, you can't do this. And then you leave in a Mercedes, a BMW, and a Lamborghini. Skip, who jacking people in Lambos? This makes no sense. And I'm not even worried about the commissioner. You better worry about the DO of Broward County or Dade County somewhere. That's what you need to be worried about. Skip, it was reported that some teams took Baker off their board because of attitude, because of personality. Skip, I can't even believe. I was reading it, and I said, well, maybe it's a case of mistaken identity. Skip, why would you do this? Just chalk it up to the game, Skip. We've all lost money, be it Vegas or playing cards or rolling dice. We've all lost money, Skip. That's a part of it. But you can't go back and try to recoup your losses that way, OJ.
Yeah. So
the Vegas OJ, Skip.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I brought that up to somebody on the show earlier this morning. It sounds just like OJ all over again. That's my money, my stuff, my memorabilia. I'm going to go get it back. With guns?
Right.
Probably not. Not a good idea. Okay.
No.
So these stories tear me apart because it's possible that in a flashpoint of a moment, in like 5 minutes, both of these young men threw their lives away. It's possible. We don't know how it's all going to fall out. All we know for sure is that arrest warrants have been issued against these two, and one is against DeAndre Baker for 4 counts of armed robbery with a firearm and 4 counts of aggravated assault with a firearm, and then Quinton Dunbar just got 4 counts of armed robbery with a firearm. There were some mixed accounts. Did he have a gun or not, Quinton Dunbar? I don't know. We don't know all those facts yet. We just know this is not it's just nothing's good going to come of this, obviously. And it's a horrible look. And just to remind everybody of the stature of these 2 young men, DeAndre Baker won the Jim Thorpe Award while at Georgia for the best defensive back in America. He was first team All-American. And he was a late first-round draft choice of the New York Football Giants, number 30 in the first round. And he got good money. He got to sign $5.7 million signing bonus. His guarantees are supposed to be up to $9 million. It's a decent contract. You're making pretty good money that a lot of people your age not making. He's only 22 years of age. Quinton Dunbar was actually undrafted. And by the way, both of the young men are from, as you point out, born and raised in Miami. DeAndre Baker went to Northwestern High School. Quinton Dunbar went to Booker T. Washington in Miami. Then Quinton Dunbar went to Florida, undrafted, but obviously as a Redskin, rose to prominence. And last year, Pro Football Focus ranked Quinton Dunbar the second best cornerback in all of football. He was on the rise. He had just been traded to Seattle. And if I might, if you'll give me just a second, Shannon, to open up my phone. Here's a text I got last night from Rob Ryan, obviously Rex's twin brother that we have on the show a lot. Last year, a year ago, Rob was the defensive backfield coach in Washington, so he knows Quinton Dunbar very well. And he said, this is quote from, and listen, Rob is a straight shooter. There's no BSing going on here. He said, Quinton is a great kid, very smart, and studied all the time. He was the only one in the secondary that knew the opponent. I recommended him to a friend of mine in Seattle, meaning to trade for him, which they did. And he said he was just entering his prime. He reminded me of Nnamdi Asomugha. And again, Nnamdi failed once he got his money and went to Philly. We know that. But there was a time in Oakland when Nnamdi was considered a top cornerback. Okay, so this is the stature. Yes, the top. This is the stature we're dealing with DeAndre and Quinton. And then to your point, I don't know the exact details, but it sounds like they lost a ton of money. It was reported 70 grand in one card game with these people in somebody's backyard. And then they went back to the same card game a couple of nights later. And it sounds like, we don't know the exact details and the truth here, but it sounds like, to your point, let's get our money back. Maybe they think they got cheated. I don't know. And you know the rest of the story. And several eyewitnesses says it looked like it was a planned robbery because a third accomplice came in a mask. So they don't have masks on. They're well known. The accomplice, we don't know, has a mask on. And they had their three cars, Lambo, BMW, whatever the Mercedes. They had them lined up outside like getaway cars. So it sounds like they decided, let's go get our money back. Don't know the details, not trying to convict them in the court of public opinion. But the point is, it's just so wrong. What are you thinking? You have your whole future ahead of you, your life ahead of you. And it's pretty good. It looks like it. I know DeAndre struggled last year and he got taken out of some games, but he's a good young player, and he was going to still do good things, and he'd already made a whole nice chunk of early 22-year-old money. You don't need this. It's like foolish pride, foolish macho, machismo, whatever you want to call it. And now look, now they're going to be taken into custody, and, you know, God bless both of them. But Shannon, it's just hard for me to process what just happened, because they both had so much to lose and they just might have lost it all.
It's so true, Skip. And the thing is, Skip, when you did look, and I don't know, I can just speak for me, Skip. When I would go home to Glenville, I would gamble with the guys, but they was like, well, Sharp, these games are too small for you. You need to go to this place or that place where they play for high dollars. Yeah. I say, bro, I don't know them. I say, I know y'all. I trust you guys. I don't trust them, because I'm telling you, as soon as they find out I'm going to come, I got this, they're going to lay everybody down. It's not worth it. I lose a couple of grand to you guys. I don't care. I'm going to take you out. We're going to go to the huddle house. We're going to eat breakfast. We're going to talk about what we used to do in high school, and I'm going to laugh and talk. Skip, I'm gambling with people around the table. I'm lending them money. I'm like, hold on. How y'all going to ask people money, you guys still at the table? But Skip, I knew them. They borrowed money from me. Well, I pay it back to Libby. That's my sister named Libby. I was like, hold on. Libby not lending you the money. But Skip, that's the type of relationship that I have with them. I'm not going somewhere that I'm unfamiliar with and gamble because they cheat and things get out of hand. And then somebody going to come, you got a paper with big money, Skip. Somebody going to come and you already know what it is. Lay it down. I've seen situations like that. So no, but Skip, if you got a Lambo, you got a BMW, you got a Mercedes, you're playing in the NFL, chalk that $70,000 up, because a temporary moment just could possibly lead to a lifetime of regret. Man, don't put yourself in that situation, man. You in the NFL, and now you want to be a jack boy. You want to go back and try to hit a lick because you lost? Man, y'all out y'all mind. Y'all out of your mind.
So, Shannon, you're in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, and every year you go back and you socialize and fraternize with other Hall of Famers. And trust me, every one of them, no matter their color, no matter their background, they all hit some fork in the road. They all could have taken one split-second wrong path, made one wrong decision that could have cost all of you guys the Hall of Fame. But fortunately, everybody said, no, I can't do that. No, I can't risk doing that. And you stayed on the path that took you to the Hall.
Skip, you making $10 million. You just got 5 points, so you got $6 million just last year. And now you want to go hit somebody just hit you up for 70 grand. You want to go get it back? Man, just was say, hey, bro, y'all got me on this one, but I can't believe it. Skip, when I was reading, I didn't believe it. I was like, this is a case of mistaken identity. And then you hear eyewitness after eyewitness, and they ain't got no mask. You were just there 2 days before, and then you come back. Boy, they lucky. They lucky that they catch the right people there, because Skip, that could have ended tragically. Because normally when you have backyard card games, I don't know how they do it everywhere else, but let me tell you, when you have backyard card games, where I grew up at, 2 to 3 people got that piece on them. Believe that.
No, I got it.
No easy way to wrap that one up as we wait for more details to come out regarding the situation. But guys, Aaron Rodgers is finally going to talk to the media today. What do Skip and Shannon expect to hear from the quarterback? We discuss next.